More news from the phone world. You thought this was an ad, and in a way it is. I'll be advertising my stuff, but I just want to say before the intro... Oh, no, the intro's come.
A better you starts today.
Look, before we go into why smartphones are shit yet again, I know that there's going to be a bunch of people saying, "No, you said this." Yeah, well, I don't care. I'll keep saying it because there's always new subscribers, so that's the way that you stop me from talking about me. Unsubscribe. Go on, do it then. Then what do you do? What channel will you complain on after that? Probably one of the other millions that you complain on anyway. Shouldn't walk away from the microphone that much. Nonetheless, I'm doing the Michael Jackson move, walk away from it. Let me know when you can stop here. Sorry, the reason that... Fuck, that was pointless. The reason that we'll be talking about phones yet again is I honestly think that if I can just scrape 1 hour from your week away from the phone, I've done my job. Which is just eating away at my audience. No wonder growth on this channel is always so slow. Because what other channel is always saying, stop watching this channel? But I dare you! I dare you to stop! It's the only way I'll stop talking about how bad phones are. They're the cigarettes of your stupid little generation. And as such, they're really cool. And I highly suggest that you become a 2-pack a day. Yeah, have 2 smartphones. So you've got 1 for each eyeball. Go on, do that. That'll be good for you. Look, you know that it's bad for you, yeah? I remember we did a previous video about this where we said that even if you can claw back 20 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day from your social media use, you see marked improvements in happiness. So if I can take away an hour, then I am doing pretty good, aren't I? According to my own measurements in my own head. Yay! So I want to do that. I want to just start at the baseline of that, because remember, 20 minutes, and you're feeling better about your life already. Good for you. You haven't even fucking done anything yet, have you? Good for you, pending. The other thing that I would like to add to this is that, before we keep going, I can't help you until you get off your phone. So to quote Jerry Maguire, I think, or might have been Mission Impossible, I can't really remember, all of Tom Cruise's movies blend into one. You jump over a truck this time? Anyway, in Jerry Maguire, where he did all of the most incredible stunts imaginable, such as, I don't know, fucking some chick with a kid already or something like that. Anyway, the point is, you know what I'm talking about. The point is, what happened in the social? What happened with the phone in that? Not the Jerry Maguire thing, but like honestly, look, if you are addicted to your phone, all the self-help goes out the window. You know why? This is something that I talk about in my seminars that you can go to. I think one's coming up in Adelaide. Social media has entire teams of people that do something called motivation hijacking. That's their job. Their job is to find what you're motivated by in life and then be like, hey, here's a picture of it. That's just as good. And your brain's just like, yeah, it is just as good. Looking at a Ferrari, I mean, that's all I'm ever used to because I've never fucking driven in one. And so it's like, it's one step up from what it's doing because they say, yeah, no, I don't have to imagine it anymore. And all social media is ever doing is thinking about how to get you to pay attention to it. And when you are doing that, just to get motivated to pay more and more attention to your phone. How's that? As they say in cricket. You wouldn't know that, would you, Americans? Maybe you should stop being so culturally insular and then you would get that reference that wasn't even good. So, what we need to do first is get you off that. Because after, like, look, it used to be discipline was the big thing to success in life. It still is. It's another seminar point. I've really got to stop revealing all of my top secrets. But, because you have to fucking pay for that. I'm sick of this free channel shit. And can you subscribe? I noticed that 40% of you aren't. When self-help is talked up by a Jewish mother, you'll never amount to anything. Get off your damn phone. Get off your damn phone, though, because if you aren't you are not going to be able to implement any of the goals that you have for your own life, because every single time you go to the end of the day, oh, where did it all go? Oh, I went into bullshit fantasy world of, oh my God, Andrew Tate said something controversial. Oh my God, that's so important. Andrew Tate said something controversial. Like, it goes into just that shit. Your days. Does it feel like years of your life has already gone into that sinkhole? You must feel pretty bad about that, right? Like, just think about how much smarter you would be if you were able to devote that hour a week to reading a book, as opposed to just from that. I mean, imagine if you did it daily. Imagine if you daily read for an hour a day instead of just scrolling all the time. You can see where I'm going with this, can't you? Where I've gone with this every time in this damn public announcement. That's all you're watching at the moment, really. It's just one of those, every cigarette is doing you damage, but with far less of a budget. So, you do with what you can. It's a Fijian public announcement. Cigarettes, we're still not sure are bad or not, but sometimes when I try to play rugby, I get a little bit short of breath. That's the first part. Now we'll go back to, and I really do want you to pay attention to the end, because I really want you to get off this for a little bit. But there is new research that has come out that, surprise, surprise, your phone makes you sad. Not just sad, lonely. You know how there's this massive epidemic amongst Gen Z of just like, why do I feel so lonely all the time? It is the phone. Every problem that you have, Gen Z, is the phone. Even if you have multiple sclerosis, it's probably because of the phone, okay? Cancer, yeah. I believe in the 5G conspiracy theory. Just because I hate phones that much, I'll just go to there without any evidence. But the one thing that they do have with evidence, though, is that you, on your phone, you reach for it when you're lonely, and then when you are on your phone, you get lonelier. So you are not getting the thing that you want out of it, which is human contact. And you're not even getting a cheap substitute for it. All that's happening is, as always, just a reminder of, yes, everyone's having a good time, except, I mean, look at me right now. I'm on an island. You're not. Unless you are watching this from Fiji, just thinking, hey, I mean, he is right about our economy, but still. Look, I'm having a time of my life on this island. It's definitely real. But don't you even think that your stupid brain is looking back at that and thinking that is a real island? And the reason it is thinking that is because it is a real island. So shut the fuck up and stop asking questions about it. So anyway, it creates the vicious cycle of loneliness. It creates the vicious cycle of loneliness. You need to write that down. You need to write down that the vast majority of the times that you're always sitting there with that shitty little Akon track in the background of the I'm so lonely. Fuck, Akon sucked. So glad that he's only famous in Africa now. That is because of that. Clinically proven. Proven that you are getting lonelier when you pick up the phone. It's making the problem worse. All of your problems in life. Not only is it sapping your motivation from you moving towards goals, and then maybe if you achieved enough in life, maybe you'd be tolerable enough to people to hang around your sad internet addict ass. But on top of that, all it's doing is just making you feel like shit. But on top of that, the whole reason that you picked for it in the first place of like, I've got no friends, you're my friend, right? It's just staring back at you being like, no, keep watching. Okay. So it's just, everything about it is bad. There's nothing good about it except Google Maps. And even then, just get a GPS. They're at Kmart. Fuck! See if we're explaining this. But I do think this. I do think that once you get rid of it, all of those bad feelings that you have, immediately, like the amount of, in fact, if you can't just do that, can you please just block it for half a day, download one of those apps that automatically times so that you can't not do it, right? Like, even you sitting there and being like, all right, I'm going to block off 6 hours. You don't. The only way that you ever do it is if your computer automatically just says, you're not allowed to look at this. So you need to download one of those apps, and when you do download one of those apps, guys, in the comments, let everyone know, how much has your life improved? When like half of the day is blocked out. And then you just remember, oh yeah, I remember that ball in the sky. And of course, we're talking about the Bridgestone tyres blimp, but also the sun, which is sometimes eclipsed by how large the Bridgestone blimp is. But anyway, you remember the Bridgestone blimp, and that's a huge positive. But on top of that, like you have all of this extra time. You know what you remember? Isn't this the sight of the modern times of just like, I just don't have time. I just don't have time. Yes, you do. It's just all getting sunk in there. How many times have you looked at how much time you spent on your phone and you've been aghast at how much? And that's not even the worst part of it. The worst part is when you are looking at your phone, every time you do, it's 15 minutes before your brain just gets back into normal mode again after it's been staring at it. So that's quite a few minutes, isn't it? How many minutes is that in an hour? I don't know, like a quarter of it? Something like that? It's a quarter of a chicken and getting a quarter in chicken and chips. What a stupid analogy. I think that I've rammed in the point enough. So if you like that, make sure that you sign up to Jordan Shanks, where I'll be giving you things after you start claiming back a little bit of your life from the phone. Things that you can do to improve your life instantly. Very instantly. I'm talking huge, massive improvements. You got a habit that you've had for fucking 20 years that you want to get rid of? I can fix it. You want to start a habit that will guarantee you success in the future? It is better than a lottery ticket because you're just kind of going in that direction anyway. And then you're like, no time for the lottery ticket. I'm on a ticket to stardom. Like, I can give you those habits. I can force them into you. I can keep you on track. That all happens behind Jordan Shanks in the paywall. It is an investment in you. If you don't invest in me, invest in someone else that is like a self-help coach or something like that. Because, I truly think that. Like, your life is just better if you are inundated in self-help. It is. This is ancient wisdom where they were just like, if you read philosophy every day, you are in the thought of some of the greatest minds. Yeah, look, self-help people are dumbass philosophers. That's all I'm saying, right? Like, they just make your life better. I obviously do that by abusing you all the time. Who else does that? Your dad? Ooh, repressed memory unlocked.